Welcome back to Professor Layton versus somebody or other.
The Storyteller.
The Storyteller should be in here, right? I'm starting to feel a little nervous.
You look more angry than nervous, Luke.
Well, you are about to meet God, so...
This area is totally deserted. All I can hear is the wind.
Are you sure it's a
It's common in media.
Jim?
It's common in media those for characters to put a serious face to hide their nerves.
It looks as if not even the knights are allowed to come up here.
He really is treated almost like a god.
Luke, he literally is god of this place.
I wonder what someone like that wants to talk to us about. And also that giant
Different
tower in the
types of
background is
tea.
foreboding.
Like I said, you guys been ruining my scripts by making things go off script. So now you're gonna pay.
Doesn't seem to be a trap.
What if once you're in, you can't get out?
We should proceed with caution. But first, let's get a hint coin from here.
Jolly good.
I can make out the outline of a tall building in the fog. This could be the whatever we speak of.
It could rival a skyscraper. They don't have buildings like this in the Middle Ages for sure.
Anyway, another hint coin.
Dweebs, I need Brit assistance. Does London have any particular skyscrapers?
Yes. Quite a few, in fact.
Okay.
What's this?
A door.
What is it,
Actually, it's a
Professor?
step door, Shiroi.
Actually, I highlighted it over a spire.
Yeah.
Have a look at this, Luke. There's a puzzle concealed here. In a situation like this, perhaps solving a puzzle might help to relieve stress.
That's your answer to everything, Professor.
I think you're right,
Yes.
Professor.
Yes, if you're hungry, you have a puzzle.
It's the in-universe equivalent of what actual Brits do. Let me just boil the kettle.
Rotating room
rooms
2.
Ghastly figures now haunt the interior of this mysterious mansion, and I have been tasked with ridding the halls of their ilk. If I am to succeed in my mission, I must light all of the candles to vanquish these fiends. This room seems to rotate. Use this to your advantage, and, fuck over the ghost or something, I don't know.
It's the same
Yeah,
as the
that's
last
like,
lighting puzzle we did,
Just more
essentially.
difficult.
Use gravity to solve the problem, but also be wary.
Well, Jovah, I didn't know we were in that level in Mega Man 8 all of a sudden. X8 all of a sudden.
I thought it was 7, the one that had the switching gravity one.
Kind of, but X8,
I think it's Anteater's Power or something? I forgot.
it was the one where you have to be careful not to, switch the room around so you hit the spike.
Alright. Should be easy to do from here now.
There we go.
Allow me to show you.
So I gave you a puzzle and I solved it.
You should expect.
I'm beginning to think you're addicted to puzzles, Professor.
Well, Luke, you were too slow in solving it, so I solved it for you.
Excellent, that was quite the dizzying experience.
Ah.
Anyway, that's it. No time for self-congratulating now, Luke. That comes later.
I think there's another
Right.
puzzle door.
Huh? Professor! The door won't open. Hello? Is anybody here? There?
Have you tried
Anywhere?
knocking, Luke?
We just established there's no one here, Luke. Oh.
Guess he did try knocking.
No reply. That would be very rude just to invite us, only to not let us in.
There's no keyhole. This is no ordinary lock mechanism.
Let me guess,
Forever
it's a
one
puzzle.
normal.
Inviting someone to visit you only to lock them out? That's a bit rude.
It's a test, Luke.
He's a dickhead. Just a moment. If you look closely, you'll see there's a puzzle built in there because of fucking course there is.
I think I mentioned one of the previous parts, but again, you get an optional dialogue when you're in the library during the first visit that before you can actually enter the chamber with the the painting of Espella, if you actually analyze it, the Luke tries to guess if there is an actual puzzle that locks it, but Layton says no, it's just locked normally.
Indeed, my boy. Let's show our mettle. And by us, I mean whoever's victory animation shows up at the end.
Puzzle 36. Decipher the door. Here is a panel of numbers. The numbers range between 1 and 6. Touching the buttons on the touchscreen will increase and decrease the numbers. Arrange the numbers to read free, 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 free. And do you think you can do it in only 4 turns?
And of course, being Professor Layton is not as simple as just punching screen. Yeah, do that.
Basically, if you can guess, the triangles show how many times they'll move up here and there, or down.
And we've also got the Triforce there because Nintendo.
Even the reverse one.
I've already seen
Oh god, you think that...
This was before voting between wars.
Come what may,
It's funny
puzzles
because
are
Dual
there to be
Destinies
solved.
actually goes out of its way to have at least one blatant Nintendo reference.
Yes, well done. You're a genius.
We did it, Professor! That should open the door.
It would seem that we have proven ourselves worthy.
And let's head on in.
Labyrinthia's creator is waiting
All right.
for us inside.
The creator of this town. I wonder what he intends to say.
Bugger off.
Ergo, vis-a-vis.
Yeah, I
Are
invited,
you all right, Luke?
I invited you here to
Imagine
tell you
must
to
be
go
looking
away.
nervous.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Well, to be honest, I suppose I am. Just a little.
I mean, it's not every day you get to meet God.
But don't worry, Professor. I can do this. Let's go. Let's meet the storyteller.
Man, Teo, this is... we're
Very
still
well.
fairly early on in the game,
Muster
and
your
already we
courage.
get to face
We're
to
going in.
face with God. This is the shortest JRPG
Right
ever.
you are, Professor.
I get the feeling later, instead of challenging to a sword fight, he's gonna try to challenge him with
Okay,
faction
I
logic.
do love how the storyteller is properly introduced.
It's actually Hino, and he hands you a cat to kill.
What's
Well,
this?
actually, Shiroi. Well, actually, sure. I want. Hold on.
And thus the guests finally made their
He's
appearance.
literally narrating their entrance. That's just how powerful he is.
It's also a common type of way to establish. Again, in this case, it's more blatant, but when you get stuff
Can I
like
say-
7 Max Season 3.
Can I just say that the S Attorney designer did a
I
fantastic
bid
job
you
with his design?
welcome.
Absolutely.
The
Again,
town governed by
I don't know if
stories.
it's actually no, it probably was intentional. This guy right here definitely encompasses both the energies of Ace Attorney
I've been
and
waiting for
Layton,
you,
literally in one
personally.
character
Well,
design.
I don't
Not to
remember
mention,
if there's a
Shiroi,
I
particular
should
reason
say,
of the
it is an
asymmetry, the
honor.
whole splitting duality kind of thing.
Mr. Storyteller.
What Jovah said, and Shiroi, that's the thing. I have a distinct suspicion that his hair is partly inspired by Hino's hair.
Oh my
Why did
god,
you
it
call
does
it
make
Professor
sense.
here?
It's
I
got-
wouldn't be surprised,
It needs to
actually.
resemble actually
summoned
the
you.
wings of an owl when you really see it
So
from the
that I may
front.
ask you.
Although his hair does have that
Yeah.
similar curl that Hino's has had, so maybe
Yeah,
it's
it does.
both.
That's why I said. Yeah, that's why I said. Like I genuinely. I mean, it's just
What is he talking
speculation. I know, but I don't know. I get that feeling.
I could totally
So,
see
what
to
does the storyteller want?
I could totally see
In
Takumi
writing this
asking
story, I
the
provide
designer to have
and
it
in
fashioned
turn,
after,
take
when they
everything
gave the
away.
storyteller a redesign compared to how he originally looked.
Not
Also,
to mention. Not,
Also, yeah,
not
he
to
literally
mention
just said, I giveth and I taketh
I give
away.
each person a
Also,
story,
provide everything
and
in
we
my
are
hands.
intertwining webs of fate.
Not to mention, this wouldn't be the first time the Layton game does this, because
However,
Lost
it would
Futures,
appear that
Claire,
interlopers
aka Layton's former
have
girlfriend,
found their
is
way
her design,
into the
according to
story.
Nagano, is inspired by Hino's wife.
Mhm.
So,
Neat.
yeah.
The two of you.
Oh,
Oh boy.
You mean to say that my presence here was not written in your story?
Well, that's inconvenient.
Precisely.
So now I need to write you out.
Exactly. How did you find your way
And then
into this
Layton
world?
died of a fatal heart attack.
In truth, we found ourselves here
That-
somewhat
no.
inadvertently.
Actually, I was referencing Holy
We were
Grail.
brought here
but-
by a
yeah.
book. A book called the Historia Labyrinthia. I am led to believe it was you who wrote that book. Surely you cannot deny it.
I deny it.
It would appear I have found it. The source of the corruption within my story.
Oh boy.
You, Layton, now die.
In other words, you consider our presence to be a hindrance to your story. Is that
Yes,
correct?
I never wrote you guys into the story, so what are you doing
Not
here?
only
What are you doing here with your
there was another
self-insert
man
bullshit?
tried to
Yeah,
change
exactly.
the course.
Oh, another man?
Ah,
Oh.
You mean Carmina Accidenti?
That's
Carmine.
bless you. It's another.
So, there is a connection between him and the two of you after all.
So the storyteller is voiced by the late Robert.
Oops.
Your presence here is, shall I say, a slight inconvenience.
Just that, nothing more.
The story of
Robert
Labyrinthia
Woods?
is
Robert
about to
Ashby.
take a turn towards its grand finale. Grand
He
finale?
sounds familiar, like I've heard that voice from
Indeed.
somewhere.
A conclusion
I
that
don't know,
requires
that's
a
the thing,
climax
Jovah. This game
of
was
epic
localized mostly by Nintendo
proportions.
of Europe, so you might have heard him in Xenoblade,
The
possibly.
identity of the great witch Vizela is made public. She is tried in the court and
Possibly
finally
other games with British
destroyed.
actors.
So yeah, basically, we kind
At
of
last,
showed up near
peace
the end
will
of the
be
story.
restored to the town. The final scenario is close at hand.
Well, that's nice, no more witch trials then.
The identity of the Great Witch? Do you mean?
Nah, you wouldn't want me to spoil the ending now, do you?
In fact,
Also,
we'll
don't
have
know
to
if
wait a
you've,
bit to hear what they're
yeah.
talking about, because now...
You walk into my story and you ask for spoilers?
Alright,
Yeah.
Zero, you're up.
It's true that the townsfolk look at me in a different way. And the reason for that is because
Remember, before we came to that point, we were interrupted by another important point.
I steal their milk buckets.
I pissed in
Yeah.
their milk.
Even bigger.
I am the storyteller's daughter.
No, that's not true. That's
dun.
impossible.
No.
Hurt your feelings, you know it to be true.
I am a Mary Sue, you see.
Oh, so basically you're giving preferential treatment by the writer, because the writer is your father.
You're the storyteller's daughter? I didn't see that coming. She's literally God's daughter. So does that make her Jesus?
I guess.
When I first came down into the town, everyone was friendly.
And when they discovered that, they turned against her because, you know.
Well, you don't want to mess
they're
with
model
God's
citizens.
daughter.
Perhaps they thought that if they got to know me, things would go well for them.
Hey,
Yeah.
Espella, could you maybe, give us a word to your dad, maybe give me a couple riches, a
Help-
plot twist where I suddenly get rich.
Could you
Yeah.
let your dad know I want to get laid and pretty much set for life?
Hey, Espella, I'm not getting laid anytime fast. Can your dad take care of that for me? Okay, thanks.
Phoenix, he's not a miracle worker.
Wait, me? Oh, no, look. At this point in the timeline, I'm not really looking for love. However, later on, I'm sure me and Iris can eventually get back together. When the writers remember that she's a thing. No
Yeah,
one's accusing you of anything, Maya, for once.
Yeah, for once.
But unfortunately, things didn't work out the way people hoped. Maya, for fuck's sake, they wouldn't.
Actually, that's Espella who just said that. Actually.
No, I know. Well, people should realize that good things don't come easy.
Aren't you one to talk, Maya?
The quote, what's his name? Jesus. Look, continue.
Then one day, someone just happened to bump into me in the town, and I was knocked over. Father was not amused.
Oh dear.
To quote Uncle Phil from Fresh Prince, it doesn't make you any less of a man to walk through doors that others open for you necessarily.
Later that night,
I miss James Avery.
that same person was attacked by a witch and killed by her magic.
Well, that could just be a coincidence,
It was an accident, but Father gets a little overprotective,
No, in
and
that
someone
case,
died
again,
for
it
it.
still doesn't match up, because apparently, according to the story, the witches are the enemies of the story and of Labyrinthia, so why
Not to
would they
mention-
want to work for the storyteller?
Well,
Gods are dicks.
Okay. Keep in mind, Tio, the Storyteller technically apparently controls the witches in this story as well, given how he is the one who calls the shots on when a witch attack will come here and there.
Yeah, that's what they established earlier too, so yeah.
So if the witches work for the Storyteller, it's not by their own volition, but because they're compelled by the story.
Here's a good headcanon right now. Like, the reason he constantly writes Espella to be constantly in trouble is because he wants to make sure people don't accuse him of preferential treatment. That
means he wrote Phoenix into the story to have the best lawyer in the world defend his daughter from any accusations.
Like those Phoenix Wright games. I'm gonna write that character into my story. There you go.
But yeah, there you go. Everyone's scared of Espella because, if something bad happens to her, the Storyteller might blame you for it, and well, if he blames you for it, you're as good as toast. Literally in some cases.
Maya just said, what's the Storyteller thinking? So what you're saying, Maya, is, what was he thinking?
You have a good point there, Maya. She just pointed out, why would he write a bad story regarding his daughter in that regard? Anyway, the investigation has only just begun. Espella, if it's okay with you, I'd like to ask you a few more questions.
Of course. I'd like to help in any way I can.
Hey, just because she's my daughter, she's an actress like all the other ones, that she still has to do the roles I cast her in.
I guess that's some dedication to playing things fair. Let's see. I should ask Espella about...
Hey, Claire.
This might be difficult for you to answer, but... why are you not living with the Storyteller? I mean, with God. I mean, your father.
I did live with him before.
Then,
We lived together on the edge of town, in the Storyteller's Tower.
Yeah, but then she wouldn't get a job. She just wanted to freeload off of me, so I just kicked her out.
Imagine getting kicked out by God. The Storyteller's Tower.
When I was little, he was very kind and always listened to what I had to say.
Oh, okay. Jovah, I just picture something like, look, Espella, things aren't just going to, like a good life and money isn't just gonna fall off the sky right in front of you. Actually, Daddy, you can write it so that would happen. Oh, so you just want me to fix all your problems, don't you?
But then at some point or another...
he started to become distant.
If you think about it, I guess it's only natural.
Well, when people grow up, gotta get up and at them.
Because he had to write the story for every single person in the town.
Imagine making
any idea how hard it is to juggle all this character writing?
I don't know, Eiichiro Oda is fine with that.
But, God, imagine
Espella.
doing it for like 100 characters, Tio.
Again, Eiichiro Oda is fine with that.
Yeah, but I have to do this constantly on a daily basis for years.
Eiichiro Oda is fine with that.
Oh my God. That guy must be insane then. Even more insane than God.
As he became busier and busier, and that's the reason I decided to leave home with Eve and live in the town.
Yeah.
There you go.
I stayed with Aunt Patty and helped out at the bakery.
I nearly burned it down on the first day.
Now you two are at the shop too, but my dad...
Dad, but I heard Dad was going to write it so that I'd burn it down.
I just have to make sure I word things right here. Because I don't want God to listen in on me bad-mouthing his daughter and then end up being turned into an eel or something. What's the deal with the Storyteller?
And then Phoenix thinks that he probably should phrase his words carefully because he's afraid he'll piss off the Storyteller. Oh, that's me. I'm talking about me.
I can't believe he'd write a story where his own daughter is the Great Witch Espella.
And then
Allegedly.
And then Mr. Wright wonders why am I such a shit?
True. To be
I'm
fair,
a shit.
like Shuri mentioned, only allegedly.
Maybe the professor will be able to find out the storyteller's true motives.
Guess. I just hope he doesn't piss the storyteller off with him being, you know, how he can be.
Well, that's why he went and not you. Anyway.
This is his way of paying off.
I should ask Espella about... And what about Patty? Does she know anything about your past? Have you ever told her that you're the storyteller's daughter? I can imagine that would cause some revelation.
Yes, she knows. When the other people in town started avoiding me,
she was the sole voice of reason.
Aunt Patty was the only one who stood by me that whole time.
You know, I just realized something, Jovah. I think the prison room in Greatest Attorney is also very heavily based around this one as well. It has even the same rectangular hole and everything.
Huh.
Yeah, Patty's always looking out for you. There's so much I have to thank her for.
I think you're right, Pedro.
Yeah, I mean, it's made by the same team, so I guess that makes sense.
It's been 5 years since I left my dad and started living with Aunt Patty. She's always been so kind. She's been like a mother to me.
Aww. Wait a minute.
Especially because my mom is dead, after all.
Oh, so you're a Disney princess.
Wouldn't that have to mean that Father wrote out my mother, though?
What about your real mother, Espella?
She... actually, I can't remember anything about her.
Retconned out of the story.
Oh shit. I accidentally killed my wife. And then Espella suddenly, for no reason, forgets about her mother.
Accidentally. Okay.
Zeroid, he accidentally misspelled a word, and that led to her death, okay?
Yes.
Like, he's not God. Oh, wait, no, he is.
Well, I guess considering everything is more like a demiurge, a figure.
According to my dad, she died in an accident when I was still young.
Yes, an accident, and nothing more.
And that's really all I know.
She died of level 5 itis.
Taking Spaceballs. Yes, my son.
You know itis.
Would I lie?
He didn't tell me any more than that.
Well, given how ever-trusting he looks, I'm sure we can take his word for it.
I see.
I should ask Espella about the Great Witch Bazella. Espella, we believe in you. There's no way you can be the Great Witch Bazella, no matter how much your names rhyme.
That's right, and we'll find the real Great Witch.
After all, if we started arresting people just because their names sound similar to criminals, I mean, it would be fucking chaos.
But the Great Witch is only a character of legend.
Lady, we're talking after getting sucked into a book. I think we're all about legends here.
How could you possibly find her?
Not to mention Espella, we all here are characters, as written by your father, so at this point, I mean...
Actually, to be honest, we know next to nothing about, whatever that was.
Labyrinth, yeah.
We were supposed to have been living with you for 5 years now. That memory turned out to be complete phony.
Yep.
Do you have any ideas at all, Espella? Anything that could give us a clue? Otherwise, this is just like my usual trials, only an entire mystery about a town.
All magic-related incidents are thoroughly investigated by the Knights of the Inquisition.
My opponents.
Labyrinth Inquisition.
And if there were any clues as to the whereabouts of the Great Witch, then I believe they would have found them.
Unless they're covering them up.
Or that they're stupid, which they are.
I guess you're right.
As far as I know, there's not a single incident that has remained unsolved by the Inquisitors.
Surprising.
Wait a minute. That's not right.
Ah, what is it, Maya?
The part about there being no unsolved incidents left. What?
Hey, what?
Last night, me and Luke ran into High Inquisitor Darklaw.
Wait, what? You saw High Inquisitor Darklaw in the dark of the night?
In the dark of the night.
Yep, she said she was investigating some kind of incident with magic. She said that it took place 3 months ago, I think.
Just casually run into the highest form of authority. That sounds like Maya.
Apparently, it's the only incident that has remained unsolved.
An unsolved incident? That literally sounds right up my alley. God, is this gonna be the next DL6?
Oh!
Eh?
Now that you mention it, I remember hearing rumors about such a case.
Oh god, this is going to become my next DL6. The only magical incident in Labyrinthia to remain unresolved.
The truth about 15 years ago, or however long it was.
Yeah. Espella,
3
about
months
that
ago.
incident, could you tell us more about it in detail?
Who's this?
Uh,
I guess it's Dar.
Some random person.
Visiting time is up. You're to leave immediately.
yeah, it's just a Bailey.
No way, we just got to the good part.
Exactly, that's why you have to go now, otherwise it'll be too easy for you.
Oh crap, wait, maybe I don't want them to know about the good part yet. And then the Bailey comes up and takes them out of the cell.
I really don't know much about that incident.
And then
But perhaps you could try asking an Inquisitor about it.
okay, fine, I'll throw them an egg. Espella tells them to try asking an Inquisitor.
Daughter, you're ruining my story.
Okay, Espella, thanks for the help. Now we just have to find an Inquisitor who's actually willing to help us.
Alright, we'll see you again real soon. Keep your spirits up, Espella.
Give me a step of a lip, Espella.
Thank you. Take care, both of you.
Try to stay comfortable in this deep, dank, dark cell.
Well, that's what all Ace Attorney defendants have to do at some point, so.
Well,
Mr. Wright, Maya.
I'm pretty sure the modern cells are more comfortable, at least. To some extent.
Sure.
They're both doing so much for me.
Oh, I got it, Jovah. The ones in the modern games, they even have their own bucket instead of sharing it, like in this one.
I wonder if there's anything I can do for both of them in return. Great Witch Bezella. Until now, I hadn't given it much thought.
I guess before this time you weren't accused of being Bezella. So you didn't really need to give it much thought until now.
When you're accused of being the root of all evil, you kind of need to think about it.
Yeah.
Oh? The Great Witch. The legendary fire. Flames Inferno.
And then Espella gets possessed.
Okay, is Bezella going to be like the trigger word with you now?
I mean, might as well possess her now since we've already gone through the exposition. So.
Oh my, what is this? My head hurts.
Possession will do that to you.
It was just Ultimisha. She tends to do that.
Yeah. and now you're a sorceress, Espella, which means you must die for the greater good.
The greater good.
I mean, that's kind of the position she's in right now.
I wonder what were those.
No! What was that?
It's just fires in your head.
That
And then Espella has a nightmare that foreshadows things for the audience. There you go.
Oh, thanks. That's helpful.
Man, I'm good at this writing thing.
It's a self-insert story.
No, sure. He's inserting his daughter as the protagonist of said story.
Yeah, it's a daughter insert story. Like,
God.
Oh, so he's living through his children. I see.
God, that reminds me of how Joe Quesada made Carly Cooper based off of his daughter and made her the OTP with Spider-Man in the Wake of One More Day.
I'm sure she said something about an alchemist who lost their life to a witch.
An alchemist was attacked. Sounds like a serious case.
Absolutely.
welcome to the new... Sorry.
You got that from High Inquisitor Darklaw, right?
Welcome to the new crime show, When Witches Attack.
That's right. When I was searching for Eve last night. I meant to tell you about it, but it totally slipped my mind.
Maybe because both your numbers sleep deprived.
Yeah, completely sleep deprived.
The only unsolved incident. This might be the
Maya.
lead that will take us to the Great Witch.
Knowing Maya, Teo, she's probably running on pure caffeine right now.
But what's there to drink with caffeine?
Okay, let's get to investigating.
Yeah, so, I guess first we should check out the Inquisitors, alright? We might just learn something there.
Alright, let's start. Investigation start.
Sure, let's get going.
On the other hand, we may just learn how unwelcome we are there.
I'll be fine.
What could possibly go wrong?
Everything's fine.
Do I need to get the list?
Hey, come on, Nick. Enough with the wishy-washy attitude. This is the UK.
I didn't even say anything!
Phoenix, at this point you should just roll with the fact that your mind is like an open book.
Well, let's just hope that English and British bureaucracy is better now than it is in the modern times.
Well, all defenders wear a kick-me sign,
Alright,
as we know.
And then Layton saves the game. Alright, that's good for now. Let's stick
See you for the next part, where we dive deeper into the rabbit hole with our investigation.
Wait, what is this game saving? This is a book. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
hold on.
we're call it saving your place in the
hold
book.
Hold on, I accidentally wrote Maya breaking the fourth wall. Let me scratch that. Okay. And then Maya just shuts up. There you go.
Yeah.
Alright, see you for the next part, everybody.
See ya.